Welcome back. We're joined here by Professor Nicole Hand and Lee Bezertny. They're part of the upcoming Monster Mash sale. So I was wondering if you all could talk to me a little bit about what this upcoming sale will essentially be.
Sure. So the Monster Mash is kind of a all-department art festival. So we invite, printmaking organizes it, but this year we're going to have art education, graphic design, ceramics, painting, drawing, photography, and each area will have its own booth or table where they'll be selling handmade merchandise that was created and designed by the students.
Okay. So how could students who might possibly be interested in, who might be in the art field, who might be interested in joining, what steps could they go through to have their art featured in a booth?
Right. Well, right now for this year, we're kind of in production mode, but for the printmaking area, we do have a print party this Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. where we're going to be mass producing some of the stuff that we've already been making and designing by the students. It's a really fun festival, so we'll be outside on Halloween from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All the tables will be set up, and all the money that's raised goes for student club and organizations, and the students then use it to travel to conferences to bolster their research, or we bring in visiting artists with the money. Any student in any of the art classes can automatically participate or get involved in things like the clay club or the print club or graphic design club, and they're all working on their products right now.
Lee, you're a student, so I was wondering if you could talk to me a little bit about your involvement with this.
Yeah, so I'm sort of the enacting Murray State University Print Club president, and we have been putting together the printmaking party in order to get all of the merchandise printed on and ready to sell to students and other faculty for Monster Mash. A lot of my work is revolving around prepping, cleaning, making sure everything runs smoothly for everyone else, and just being sort of a helping hand, both emotionally and physically.
Yeah. And this year we have a lot of great items for sale. So we're going to be selling t-shirts and sketchbooks, pencil pouches, iron-on patches. There are going to be clay sculptures. There's going to be stickers and buttons, shrinky dinks. Just a little bit of something for everybody. So a great way to do some maybe early holiday shopping, and again, support students. And it's all original design work. So it's things that you wouldn't find at Walmart or at any other kind of box store. It's one-of-a-kind images made by students.
Okay. Now I see you've brought a little bit of some goodies for us to kind of look through here, as evidenced by this. I believe this is a print-on patch, or a melt-on patch, I guess, as you put it earlier.
Yep.
So I guess my question is, how did this all somewhat kind of come about a bit? If you could talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So many years ago, I would say probably about 15 years ago, I had just a really ambitious class that wanted to celebrate Halloween. And so I made a deal with them if they made really good prints of monsters that we would take them outside and share the love of printmaking with everybody. They did, and so we went outside and gave out candy and gave away free prints. From there, they wanted to start doing it every year, so printmaking would always design a bunch of things, and then we would sell it and we started raising money. After a couple years of that, we decided we just wanted to include more people to make it bigger and better. So now I think there are 9 different classes or clubs in the art department that are participating. And it just makes a really fun event. We all come in costume too. You don't have to be in costume to come to our event, but we'll be in costume. And it's just a fun way to celebrate Halloween and to kind of share some of the great work that the students make.
What kind of feedback would you say you would usually get from people who usually would attend some of the Monster Mash?
Oh my gosh, they love everything.
There really is something for everyone.
Yeah.
Everything is also unique, and as Nicole said, it's one of a kind. So these are limited edition prints. We typically don't print the same design again. So everything that you see and that is available for you to purchase is a one-time deal.
Yeah.
Lee, how does it feel being a student, kind of being a part of something like this, where you get to have your art put on display and possibly some print or something you've made possibly could be bought as like a sticker, or as we've included in a patch or a notebook?
Yeah, it feels amazing. It's wonderful to be a part of not only the art community on campus, but our student community, like as in whole. I feel like this is one of our events that really invites a lot of non-art majors and other people who typically don't interact with the art department to start getting involved. And it also creates a higher sense of accomplishment, seeing something that you've designed or put a lot of time and thought into on something that someone looked at and thought, wow, I really like this, and they bought it, and maybe you see someone wearing your shirt. I've seen people wearing shirts that I've designed before, and bags and all sorts of things. So it really gives you a sense of what you can be doing with your art career within your community individually or on a higher level once you graduate.
And from a teaching perspective too, I talk to my students a lot about how they could then do this when they graduate and how they could sell their work at fairs. So we talk a lot about what is our cost for the blank t-shirts we buy, what is our labor to make the designs, to actually make the shirts, and then what are we going to what's our price point? What are we going to sell them for? So the students start to understand how they might be able to run a small booth or a small business doing the same thing but with their own work. So it's also kind of an experiential teaching moment as well too, so the students have that experience.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know I'll definitely be there on Halloween to buy some stuff.
Awesome. Thank
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Thanks
y'all.
for having us.
We'll really appreciate y'all coming out. Stay tuned after this.